The placement of an electrical panel in a two-story dwelling is often a matter of convenience and compliance with local electrical codes rather than a significant factor in the electrical system's performance. The choice between placing the panel on the first floor or the second floor often does not matter from a purely electrical standpoint, but several practical considerations can influence the decision. Firstly, consider the wire run length. If the majority of electrical loads are concentrated on one floor, placing the panel on that floor can minimize the length of wire runs to those loads. Shorter wire runs can reduce voltage drop, ensuring that appliances and devices receive the correct voltage. Voltage drop occurs when the voltage at the load is less than the voltage at the source due to the impedance of the wires. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies the maximum allowable voltage drop for branch circuits and feeders. Secondly, accessibility for maintenance and troubleshooting is crucial. The panel should be located in an area that is easily accessible to the homeowner or a qualified electrician. It should not be obstructed by furniture, stored items, or other obstacles. The NEC also specifies minimum working clearances around electrical equipment, including panels, to ensure safe access for maintenance and repairs. Thirdly, compliance with local electrical codes and regulations is paramount. Local codes may have specific requirements regarding the location of electrical panels, such as minimum or maximum height above the floor, proximity to water sources, or accessibility for emergency responders. Always consult with the local electrical inspector or qualified electrician to ensure that the panel installation meets all applicable requirements. Fourthly, consider the aesthetic impact of the panel location. Some homeowners prefer to conceal the panel in an inconspicuous location, such as a utility room or closet. However, concealing the panel should not compromise its accessibility or violate any electrical codes. Fifthly, think about the potential for future expansion. If there is a possibility of adding more circuits or electrical loads in the future, it may be beneficial to choose a panel location that can accommodate a larger panel or additional subpanels. Subpanels can be used to distribute power to specific areas or loads, such as an addition to the house or a workshop. Sixthly, evaluate the environmental conditions in a potential panel locations. The panel should be protected from moisture, extreme temperatures, and other environmental hazards that could damage the electrical components or create a safety hazard. Avoid locations that are prone to flooding or dampness. Seventhly, account for the structural integrity of the wall or surface where the panel will be mounted. The panel should be securely fastened to a structurally sound surface that can support its weight and withstand vibrations or other stresses. Eighthly, consider the proximity to other utilities, such as plumbing or gas lines. Electrical panels should be located away from these utilities to minimize the risk of accidental contact or damage. The NEC specifies minimum clearances between electrical equipment and other utilities. Ninthly, think about the ease of running conduit and wiring to the panel. The panel location should allow for easy access for conduit and wiring, minimizing the number of bends and turns required. Excessive bends and turns can increase the difficulty of pulling wires and reduce the ampacity of the conductors. Tenthly, evaluate the potential for electromagnetic interference, or EMI. Electrical panels can generate EMI, which can interfere with sensitive electronic equipment, such as audio or video systems. Consider the proximity of the panel to such equipment and take steps to minimize EMI if necessary. For example, shielded cables can be used to reduce EMI emissions. 11thly, consider the type of wiring method used in the house. The wiring method can influence the choice of panel location. For example, if the house is wired with conduit, it may be easier to locate the panel near an existing conduit run. If the house is wired with non-metallic cable, it may be easier to locate the panel in an area where the cable can be easily fished through walls and ceilings. 12thly, think about the potential for future remodeling or renovations. The panel location should be chosen so that it will not be affected by future remodeling or renovation projects. For example, avoid locating the panel in an area that is likely to be remodeled or expanded. 13thly, consider the energy efficiency of the electrical system. The panel location can affect the energy efficiency of the electrical system. For example, placing the panel near the center of the house can minimize the length of wire runs and reduce energy losses due to voltage drop. 14thly, evaluate the potential for future technology upgrades. The panel location should be chosen so that it can accommodate future technology upgrades such as smart home systems or electric vehicle charging stations. These systems may require additional circuits or higher amperage capacity. 15thly, consider the security of the electrical system. The panel should be located in a secure area to prevent unauthorized access or tampering. The panel cover should be securely fastened, and tamper-resistant screws can be used to prevent unauthorized access. 16thly, think about the potential for future safety inspections. The panel location should be chosen so that it is easily accessible for safety inspections. The inspector will need to be able to access the panel to check the wiring, grounding, and other components. 17thly, account for the potential for future maintenance. The panel location should be chosen so that it is easy to maintain. Regular maintenance, such as tightening connections and cleaning components, can help to prevent problems and extend the life of the electrical system. 18thly, consider the potential for future repairs. The panel location should be chosen so that it is easy to repair. If the panel needs to be repaired or replaced, it should be easily accessible to the electrician. 19thly, think about the potential for future upgrades. The panel location should be chosen so that it can accommodate future upgrades. Upgrades, such as adding new circuits or replacing old components, can improve the performance and safety of the electrical system. 20thly, evaluate the potential for future problems. The panel location should be chosen so that it is less likely to be affected by future problems. For example, avoid locating the panel in an area that is prone to water damage or insect infestation. 21st, consider the type of electrical service to the house. The type of electrical service can influence the choice of panel location. For example, if the house has an underground service, it may be easier to locate the panel near the point where the service enters the house. If the house has an overhead service, it may be easier to locate the panel near the point where the service conductors attach to the house. 22nd, think about the size of the panel. The size of the panel can influence the choice of panel location. A larger panel will require more space and may need to be mounted on a stronger wall or surface. 23rd, evaluate the layout of the house. The layout of the house can influence the choice of panel location. Consider the location of the main electrical loads, the location of the service entrance, and the location of other utilities when choosing a panel location. 24th, consider the cost of installation. The cost of installation can influence the choice of panel location. Installing a panel in a difficult-to-reach location or running long lengths of wire can increase the cost of the installation. In summary, while from an electrical standpoint, the choice between the first and second floor might not matter significantly, practical factors such as wire run lengths, accessibility, local codes, aesthetics, future expansion, environmental conditions, structural integrity, proximity to other utilities, ease of running conduit, electromagnetic interference, wiring method, future remodeling, energy efficiency, technology upgrades, security, safety inspections, maintenance, repairs, upgrades, potential problems, type of electrical service, size of the panel, layout of the house, and cost of installation should be taken into account when deciding on the optimal location for the electrical panel.